up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Marriage Monday. It's your boy Joshua Robinson.
And Autumn Robinson.
Yeah. And we're excited tonight because we get to cover a topic that we feel like just doesn't get talked about enough, right?
Okay.
Right. So the topic for tonight, and we thank you everybody that's tuning in. We love you. Make sure you take some time to share this right now. Send it to like 2 people's inbox, right? Tag some people in it. Save it for later if you're at work. I don't want you to get fired now trying to get some marriage topics and tips and stuff, right? We want you to make sure you have a job so you can go back to that spouse and keep providing and all that other stuff that you're doing for one another.
Just watch it on your free time, in other words.
Yeah. On your free time. So, this is something new. It's going to be part 1 of a 2-part series that we're talking about. And if you saw the graphic, you know what's the title of tonight's episode, baby. What's the title of tonight's episode?
Spouse or Mama's House.
Spouse or Mama's House. Hey, Mom, love ya. You know, we just had a wonderful Mother's Day. Now, we're going to give you some tips today that will help you out so that you don't have to go back and sleep on Mom's couch no time soon. All right, brothers? Come on. I'm trying to keep you out in the doghouse here. So, part 1 is called Who You With? Think about it. Who said that? You know who said that? Who said that? Who you with? Who did that?
Bring him in.
Oh, look at you. Give me that black. Got that black card. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So, I'll let you ask that first question, babe. Just number 1. Just go and ask that.
All right. So the first.
What happened? Yeah. What happens?
So the first part, not question yet, is what.
Speak at the
okay.
microphone.
Let me speak into the mic. What happens when a decision lands you in hot water with the person you care about, and it lands them one packed bag away from being back at their mama's house?
Right. So, in other words, what happens when you mess up? Mm-hmm. And, you know, whatever that situation was, you might got to go back to Mom Duke house, right?
Okay.
So, just think back to that. Think about that
or
one
if it
decision.
haven't happened.
Yeah, if it hadn't happened.
That's good.
That's good.
But go ahead, continue.
But if it do happen, we're just going to give you some tips and talk about, for one, how to get ahead of it happening, right?
How to avoid that.
Yeah, how to avoid it. How to avoid that tonight. So, you know, and one of the things I wrote about, it said, well, have you ever been in that situation where it seems as if your important decision, it was coming up, maybe it was an important decision, and we know that we got some families that just definitely nosy. Right.
Agreed.
Right. And because we know, we all know. Let's just be honest.
As people, we want to know.
We want to know.
But it's not just nosy to know. It's nosy to want to help. So yeah.
Some people want to help. Some people just want to be nosy, just to be nosy.
Yeah.
Just so they can say, "Oh, I got the tea." If you want to know.
Guess what?
Girl, let me tell you about what.
Go ahead.
So well, let's just say it was an important decision between you and your significant other. Okay. But it was receiving entirely too much attention from parties that aren't even within your marriage, right?
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yes, sir. If me and you got something going on and we're about to make a decision, you know, I feel like you should know me enough and I should know you enough that we can talk about it and that you don't have to go listen to, let's just say, your mom or your dad or auntie or pookie them before me, right? Because I feel like sometimes there are marriages where people give too much power to people that's not involved in their marriage. What do you think?
I agree, but I don't know. Because, give me an example. Because I feel like some situations you do need other people's opinion. But, okay. But I do agree that in the end, it should be you and your spouse if it's affecting you and your spouse. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so if it really ain't got nothing to do with them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all about to, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about, you know, getting a home or something like that, right? You're thinking about getting a home and you and your spouse, y'all already did your research. You know, you're well adept on it. And let's just say, you know, mom and dad, they come in and they really start bashing your husband's ideas. And you sitting there taking it like, now you right. You know, he don't know what he talking about. Trail don't know what he talking about anyway. I'm just listening. Whoa, come on, man. I mean, maybe, you know, that's just me. I feel like, honestly, when it comes down to certain decisions, you can't be listening to everybody. I agree. But I do think, so for the situation with the house, I feel like people, it depends on their response. And how they talk to you and how they incorporate their idea and their opinion. So not saying that if my mom or my dad or Pookie or whoever said something, I have to take exactly what they said. Yeah. But I do think I could take what they said and bring it back to you. And talk to you about it.
I like that you said that and bring it back to me. Because what if you take what they said and don't bring it back to me?
And then it's like it's my idea and then just me and you like argue about it. That's what you mean?
No, you just take what they say.
Oh, and then it's run with it. Like, oh, whatever. I don't care what he said. Then.
I know. We said we weren't gonna do that, but after I talked to my mom, she convinced me, and I just went ahead and did it.
Yeah. So this just arguments waiting.
Right. Arguments. You know, and that's the type of stuff we try to avoid.
Yeah.
We want to avoid it. Now, that's not saying that we can't take advice. We don't listen to the people that we care about. Yeah. Right. Now, I truly believe, and that gets down to some of my latter points, so I won't rush ahead, but I believe you can listen to people, but I also believe that if you are united with someone through marriage, then you should have enough trust, definitely respect to just bring information to them. And like you said, just talk about it, because a lot of times people just don't talk. They talk to their parents. Not nothing wrong with mama house, because mama gonna be that fallback if you start tripping, you gotta hit that couch. But some people rely on outside input too much, entirely too much for their marriage. And it's almost like they don't know one another because they're basing the facts off what somebody else said about the husband that they don't know or about the wife that they don't know. Yeah. And so we got some little points real quick, right? Okay. So what to do when you are stuck between the person you love and the family. What I mean by stuck between is that where it seems like you're just in the middle of something, right? Where it will look like you're choosing your spouse over your family or your family over your spouse. Huh? Okay. Cause my thing is, I'm real big on making the best decision, right? Making the best decision, but make the best decision that works for your marriage. Not the people. If you can't make it, I can't make a decision for my family that has something to do with me. I mean, you understand? Like let's say it like this. I love you, my queen. You know this. So when I'm deciding to do something with you, I can't make that decision based off of what they said for their help, for their benefit. But it's our marriage. Do you see what I'm saying? Come on, stay with me. I'm gonna say it one more time. Cause it's real tough. Like that's why it's not talked about enough. Don't make decisions to make your family happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That I'm sorry. Did that help out?
Yeah.
You can't make decisions just to please outside parties, right? Because you're building something, and we talked about this earlier today. We was just joking, but we was talking about what some things we're gonna start in our family, pass down. What type of family heirlooms? I don't think we got no family heirlooms. Well, I know I don't. Well, I don't have nothing. I mean, that ain't nothing. Is some of y'all watching right now? You ain't got no family heirlooms, and that's a whole nother reason why. But for the black family, ain't a lot of stuff we pass down through one another, right? It's not a lot, people got family crests, family land, family homes and stuff. So when I was talking to my wife about stuff that I wanted to pass down, and we had that decision amongst one another, we felt like it was important to start something within our home, within our family, no matter what anybody else got going on. We feel like for our kids, we want them to experience that. So therefore, if I'm planning for my children's future and our future, every decision I make has to be to benefit our future and our children. Because if not, then guess what? You start falling into those traps of the enemy, and it starts degrading your marriage. So let's continue. So, and I put this down. I just pretty much just covered this. Never make a decision because some mama them said it.
So basically, talk with your spouse. Yeah. And don't try to make the decision unless it's something dealing with issues related to safety issues with the other person, the spouse. Right. Like if you're in an abusive relationship, and that's a whole nother conversation. And you're going to your moms and your family. This is why I say it's important to know the dynamic, right, of your relationship. Because a lot of, if you don't know your spouse,
right? If you don't know them, you don't talk to one another. Yeah, like, I think that when it comes down to your safety, parents got to know about that.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what I'm saying, Trail crazy when he get drunk, when he have a couple drinks, they need to know about that, right? So when we had the family cookouts, you be like, Trail, we might not, Trail, we might not need to drink with Trail. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest.
And so they just make sure it's with family members that won't judge you and your spouse,
right? And
try to put negative thoughts in your mind about the relationship and tear it down. I feel like that's a difference too. Because some people just want the drama and it's not worth it.
You don't want no drama. Moving on. B, another one. Know the people that are trying to give you advice. You need to know the snakes. Sorry, my fault, not snake. But know the people who are trying to give you advice because they might not be the best one to give it.
Yeah, so don't go to somebody that you know they're a baker in the family. They know how to bake. They know how to cook all, do the desserts and stuff for Thanksgiving and all this. Don't go to them and ask them how to cook the turkey for Thanksgiving. Or mac and cheese. They don't know how to do that.
Right. Now, they might be a good cook well around, but in regard to specialties.
Yeah. Go what they know and don't try to just...
Yeah. And to bring it from a relationship standpoint,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Unc, but you can't tell me how to please no woman if you'd have been divorced 4 times.
Yeah.
Because obviously you doing something wrong, buddy. Huh? You can't tell me, I'm going to tell you how to make some extra money. You need to put your money right here. You need to do that. Yeah. If you always crying broke. Come on. You asking me for $20. What? Come on, bro. You can't give me no advice in this area. So know the people. Come on. If you want happiness, then you can't take advice from bitter people. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo! Good God Almighty, that'll preach right there. Put that in the comment. If you want happiness, don't take marriage. If you want happiness in your marriage, don't take advice from bitter people in their marriage. You don't want them seeds, buddy. You need to throw them away.
All right. So C is don't volunteer information to your family. It ain't none of their business. So don't just up and talk about me and Josh had an argument over nothing and da 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 da. And now in their head they have this negative image of Josh and me having an argument about whatever the situation was. Yeah. And it was irrelevant. Me and Josh are good now, but then when I go to the family house, they looking at you like,
They talk sneaking in the kitchen talking about it. Now she just said he was in there fussing about because he wanted some. I don't know. I had a flashback. Sorry. I couldn't tell y'all that on camera. Listen, but it's important. I think don't volunteer information that ain't none of their business, right? Yeah. Right. You have to have some type of not secrecy, but privacy. Yeah. Ooh, don't confuse secrecy in your marriage with privacy. Some issues are just private. You should keep it amongst yourself.
They don't need to know your favorite color on me. But they don't need to know, where we be and what we do specifically. If they don't need
you give them information, like I tell you, only if it pertains to your safety. If it pertains to your safety, I would definitely volunteer that information. If you know what, Mom, just struggling right now mentally. I almost had a breakdown. I mean, somebody needs to know so we can be there. You never know, man. Definitely, safe. Man, I'm telling you. I don't know why I'm big on safety. Somebody must be watching tonight that's in a tight spot. If you're in a tight spot right now with safety, I'm telling you, you need to talk to somebody. Inbox us.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, all of the above.
Yes. I have to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit in that regard. But moving forward, don't bash your spouse to your parents and family. Don't bash them. Don't do that, guys. That kind of connected with the last one as far as volunteering information, right?
Yeah. But so what would you say? Like, I feel like not bashing them, but like don't be fake either, though. Mm-hmm. But how do you do that if you just had an argument and you go to a cookout or whatever?
Think back to the next one: privacy versus secrecy.
Yeah.
Right. When you come out, when you start bashing, especially to people, again, that goes back to a previous point. Know the people giving advice. Mm-hmm. Know the people who you are talking to. You can't volunteer information to certain people, and you definitely can't talk about your loved one, your significant other, your partner in crime to people that's potentially going to hold it against them and use it against them.
For example, if I already know me and your sister don't get along.
Right.
I would hope you wouldn't go tell her, I just had this argument with Autumn and this and that.
Right.
So now she already mad at me. She don't like me already. So now it's like more than normal.
These are hypotheticals.
Yeah, hypothetical. Because I love your sister.
Yes. No, I mean, I think that's so important. That's real, right? Sometimes you just do yourself an injustice by doing that, by bashing your spouse. If you really feeling some type of way, guess who you should talk to about it? Your spouse. Jesus Christ. Remember, conversations that must be had in our previous episode. So yeah, you need to look solid. But wait a minute, stay with me. This next point. I put look solid no matter what and stick up for one another.
Okay.
Now, looking solid, that's a team effort. Looking solid is a team effort. It should be a team effort. It's not one person faking the funk.
Okay.
Woo! That's what looking solid. Because faking the funk and looking solid as a team is completely different. Y'all, like, remember we talked about doing things together, knowing one another. Say, hey, listen, man, I know we're going through this right now, but we're going to work through this or what have you. I know we might be in a financial bind right now, but we're not going to take no finances, take no loan for your mom because they already talked about me. You already, hey, you need to look solid. Now, you need to look, and my thing, that comes back to trusting one another. Right? The person that you marry, you need to be able to trust that with God. Because if God ain't in it, that's probably why you in a lot of mess. But I stay right here. Hey, I get out of that. If God ain't in it, that's probably why you find yourself in that mess. You need to get God in it. But I'm going to come back. I'm going to bring it back down here. Yo, listen, look solid no matter what as a team. But don't have, like, if I'm battling something, I'm not going to come here and fake the funk just by myself. And then my wife, and she literally, they can see it on her face.
Right.
Something
so
wrong.
the first thing that come to my mind is like me coming bragging, talking about finances and stuff, and then you like, we still gotta pay this bill, we gotta do this. Not saying it won't get done, but don't go in there bragging and boasting and carrying on being extra when you know we're in this predicament.
Don't be spending extra if you ain't got it. That's another thing, looking solid.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to spend dollars that y'all ain't got because everybody else want to go to the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Eat, you want to go to all these activities.
Look solid. Look, if they ask you to go, you might want to go.
But we ain't going. We not tonight.
We gonna cook.
That's it.
We already had dinner prepared. You better look solid. Together. Look solid. Stick up for one another too, man. Don't let nobody talk bad about your boo thing, man. Your sweetie. You better say something. I'm sorry. Don't zip your lip and they talking bad. Man, I got some stories for you. But listen, don't zip your lips. Make sure you stick up. Last one. Learn your spouse's emotions as it relates to how they feel about their family, family in general, so you can help them. Because you need to know what type of conversations are going to stir up, whether it be certain feelings, negative emotions, or what have you. Because when you see somebody in the family start going there, you need to be able to discern that to guard.
And cut it off.
Say, hey, babe, we got to go. We got to go feed the dogs or something like that. We got, I got to work early. You need to help them know their feelings as it relates to certain things within the family. So you can, like, for example, I know my queen. We love one another's family, and just to use an example, like if we were back in the day, not back in the day, maybe 2-3 years ago, when holidays was jumping with the family, we gonna get it back. But I knew for a fact that my wife did not want to spend 2 to 3 hours at my grandmom's house with me. I know that. I'm just gonna keep on. I know she won't take the 2-3 hours because I don't want to stay 2 to 3 hours with nobody at her family house. Especially if we got something to do.
Exactly. We have so big of a family that I felt like it wasn't fair if we spent 2 hours at your grandma's house and then 30 minutes at my grandma's house. Exactly. Because we had to go to your mom's house.
My God.
It's too much. So. Yeah.
That goes back to knowing one another, knowing how we feel about family. Hey, I love my family so much.
Like you love your family.
It's just like so much that we need to be equal with this time management, right? But also know that you just gotta know one another. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's why this relationship stuff is so important to us. And learning your spouse is not going to be perfect, and it takes time. It takes conscious work day after day to build a strong relationship so that you can be able to withstand any type of attacks in your relationship, in your marriage, right?
Okay.
So, last one. You are married to
the person, your spouse.
Your spouse.
Not their family, not your family.
Go
ahead.
I'm married to Autumn. I made vows to her. And you know, and the entire and the entire premise is on union, and we love our mamas. I'm a mama's boy. You know, I think she considered herself to be a mama's girl. And when I wouldn't say the baby name, when our daughter, y'all thought I was gonna get my daughter name, but when she comes out, she's gonna be a mama's girl. Psych, she probably gonna be a dated girl. Just be honest with you. But the thing is, we marry one another. Mm-hmm. So everything that happens outside of our relationships gets taken with the grain of salt, right? It's taken and we absorb it, but we're also very thoughtful people. So we think and we listen when we're in environments. We listen to everything. We are very observant, and our spirit, our discernment is always on 100 wherever we go. Not just with family, even with whether it be with friends, whether it's at work, wherever we are at the park. We are very observant people because we feel like everything external to our relationship can affect us
if you let it.
If you let it. Yes. That's the talk for tonight. We hope that we bless somebody real good. This was part 1 with spouse or mama house. We're trying to get ahead of situations that's gonna have to cause maybe someone to pack their bag and say, well, if you want to listen to them, go stay with them and go get on your mama couch. We trying to avoid that, right? We love you. Hey, this was what? Marriage Monday. Hey, hold it down. We love you. If this was good to you, share it, send it to somebody else. Follow us on Instagram, Momentum Worship 252. That's our handle, y'all. Follow us on Instagram right now. The next 5 people that follow us on Instagram, we gonna cash out you something. Watch me. Be blessed. Have a good night. You ready for your blessing?